from the phone because the internet is still not good enough for the computer. Now, I had posted a poll that was the A-10 Warthog versus the any tank ever. And 80% of you have the A-10 Warthog winning versus the tank. But interesting enough, the comment section says otherwise. Most people said I'd rather be in a tank than an A-10. And so I always think it's just fun to debate these random, silly little things because that's what we do on YouTube. What's up, everybody who's joining? What's up, stars? What's up, fishy? Who do you guys think wins? Leave your comments down below. Make sure you like the video. In my opinion, would I rather be in an A-10 or would I rather be in a tank? I think I'd rather be in an A-10. Yeah. Now the thing about the A-10 is they don't roll solo. Anyone who's ever seen an A-10 run, they actually roll with a buddy. They got their own Maverick. Many people don't realize that. And so by the time you hear the first burp, the second one is right there. Now the issue with the A-10 frame is that it's low and slow. And so if an actual other jet encounters it, we got some problems there. Got some problems. Now, look, I'm not an expert on A-10, I'm not an expert on Abrams tanks, but I've played enough Battlefield to know. I'm kidding. Yeah, so anyway, let me know what you guys think. A-10 versus tanks. The other thing about A-10s is that there's many instances, like in Afghanistan, where the A-10 shows up and the battle's over. But it's very easy to get collateral damage from an A-10, as in like other people get hurt. So that's my only pushback on the A-10. As far as tanks goes, I think we realize tanks are not obsolete. Many people try to say that they were, but they're not. That's the way I see it. However, I think, would I rather be in a Bradley fighting vehicle than an A-10? Nah. The only really good thing about tanks is that the front seat's really comfortable. It's like you're sitting in a lazy boy chair. Cats go meow. That's a very good input. What's up, Reaper? What do you guys think? Would you rather be A-10 squad or tank squad? Or none of them? You see us? I see you, Red Baron. It's a little more difficult on your phone to see everything, but I can see you. Red Baron, your name is the Red Baron, so I'm assuming you're going to choose the A-10. A-10s. Tank, wow. Your name is the Red Baron. That doesn't make sense. Please explain that one. My dad's grandfather was an MP in World War II. He landed at Normandy a few days after the breach was secured. Dang, he's probably got good stories. I love tanks. Well, then you need to change your name to Fury or something. What's up, Roadman? I am the Fury of A-10s. That's true. A flock of birds or a flock of seagulls, like the band, could be a big issue. I didn't ask her yet. My grandfather fought in Normandy. Was he a ground troop or was he like the boat guy? A lot of people fought that day. Yeah, from my understanding, you got about a 10-second squeeze and it's over. One tank versus one A-10, A-10 winning. Also true. But I'm Italian. My mom's Italian. Peace out, Rogue. Yeah, the poll that I did on my community post, it got a little heated. And by a little, I mean very. More people, it's weird. A lot of people voted for A-10, but most people in the comments said tank. You told me once. Now you know twice. Yeah, there is also a POV combat video of an A-10 on YouTube where that just looks like a tough job because those guys are getting within like 100 feet of you. I'm part German. My grandpa fought in World War II. Very cool. Long-term support, also true. I also like a lot of people compare Ukraine and Russia with the whole tank thing. The issue with that is it's such a flat war. Like it's everything's fought in fields. And I don't think anyone expected how impactful drones were going to be. I don't think anyone expected Russia to be on their drone game. Bert? Same for Ukraine though. Drone game strong. Yeah, exactly. And if you look into Russia trying to use tanks in Afghanistan, that's a no for me, son. Very difficult stuff. In fact, it was like a colossal failure. Yeah, I mean, hey, Ukraine's making ground. I also saw that the Leopard tank, they had some of the first footage from the Leopard tank out there, which is pretty crazy. If anyone else saw that. Whatever you want it to be. I make it up to you guys. Drones are more impact effective when it comes to terrain and impact. Yeah, I think there's a psychological thing there too. Dang. Well, I'm not happy that happened, Nick, but at the same time it seems like it was okay for you guys. Everyone thought it was gonna be like Blitzkrieg. Nah. We should do War Thunder T-SPLY. Yeah, I would love to get back into it. I just need better internet for my computer. And then 100% we'll get back into all that. Maybe one day I'll try to live stream on my computer again, but it just kind of lags out. Thank you, Bonnie. Love your videos. What do you think of the F4 Phantom? I think it's dope. My great granddad fought in World War One, and I still have his helmet. That's awesome. Don't be like those people on Pawn Stars and give it away. They're harder to spot. Conducted training with drones. Yeah. Which tank would you choose if you would have to fight an A-10? I would choose a tank that had anti-air on it. That's why I said any tank. It was sort of like a trick question in a way. Shout out to your birthday. I had you shout out my grandpa last year. Sadly, he passed away a couple months ago. He looked beautiful in his dress blues. Well, thank you for letting me be a part of that. Is a peanut butter shot in the Marine Corps? I have no idea. I'm sorry. I wouldn't be able to answer that. But either way, it's not that bad. It's kind of like a funny moment. Which tank do you love? I know it's not a tank, but I've always been a really big fan of the Bradley fighting vehicle. However, my buddy who's training with them now hates them, so. The Battle of 73 Eastings was the first use of GPS that helped win a battle. The U.S. destroyed a battalion of tanks with a company-sized element combined arms. Thank you for that fact. I didn't know that. I appreciate that. M1, yeah. M1 is also like legit combat tested. Gulf War, 9-1, fire trenches. I had a friend who was trying to convince me the M113 is better. Oh, no, no, no. Whoever tried to convince you the M113 is better than the Bradley has never sat at an M113. Tiger or Panther? Tiger. My dad learned from his grandfather how to be a mechanic and used the knowledge he learned when he joined the U.S. Army in 2001. Yeah, well, back in 2001, you could actually fix the vehicles. Nowadays, they're just like sloppy. What do I think of HIMARS? I think it's effective. Blitzkrieg. The Iraqi army thought we would get lost in the desert. Also, getting lost in the desert, you can literally use stars. I mean, they've been using stars forever. Yeah, I lectured him on those two. Yeah, they're not even comparable. I mean, yes, the Bradley is a troop carrier, but not even close in lethality. Lethality or lethality? You tell me. Maybe of the Moss was actually used. Maybe if. I'm not sure what you mean. Sorry. I always feel bad when I don't know. Do you like Erica, the German song? I'm not sure what that is either. Okay. Peace out, Howl. Which tank would you choose? PS2 or T2? PZ, sorry. T2. Hello, T-SPLY unlocked a variant of the AH-64 Apache. Is it the Delta Echo? I don't even know what variant they're up to. Nice, isn't that like really hard to get? Do you like air combat more or ground combat? What am I more interested in? Probably ground. No, F-14 could not take down. Theoretically, maybe. Would it win? No. Besides engineer, probably infantry. Fort Bragg in the 70s was a different era. T-55. Striker or M3 Bradley. That's tough because a Striker has a lot of different variants. You can get a really souped up Striker if you wanted, but yeah, I'd actually probably choose the Striker over the Bradley. I think you can do more things with the Striker. I have not been inside a sub. I don't really have an opinion on the T-14. Sorry. I knew you wouldn't choose MP. Nah, nothing wrong with MPs. It's just like I don't know. There were some times I regretted not going infantry. We were a little limited at times being a combat engineer and what we could and couldn't do. Dang, that's some good radar. I have been on a ship. Been on an aircraft carrier, a couple of them. Ghost Division. Good documentary and book on the Ghost Divisions. LAV or Bradley? LAV. Was born at Fort Bragg, and it was the first place she called home. They call Fietieville Fieti-Nam. Bet you follow some of the Dan reformists. I'd say M13 and F4 are still good. It's not that they're bad. It's just that we've kind of moved on. It's all based on the situation. There are times when what's the word? Being simplistic is better than being too complicated. No, John. I walked everywhere. I'm not answering that, stars. Enzo, I know the F4 is outdated, but I can't help but love it. You can love it. When I was an MP, I carried more firepower than infantry. We were just smart enough to use trucks. Exactly. Again, I'm not hitting an MP. I personally couldn't do the job. I also don't want to get pepper sprayed or tased. Because they kept asking combat engineers to fill gaps for them, and I didn't want to do it. M1 and 3 can't fly. Do you love the A-10 bird? Yes, the first time I heard it, it sounded like a dragon. I was scared. I was like, is this Lord of the Rings in real life? Is F4 just like, does it have a fandom? Oh, you're good, Skylar. Skylar, I'm waiting to hear what your reaction is with your patch. My most loved attachment, um, the triangle grip or an angle grip. It's just the little triangle on the end of your rifle. OC spray, yeah, I just don't want to do it. I do love the F-22. They needed people to do gate guard, and they pulled from combat engineers to do it. I'm good. Still on its way. Got it. Yeah, and Enzo, I always get comments like that on the whenever I do a poll or talk about the A-10, which there is some validity there. You know, we can't act like that didn't happen. And yes, Reek Rat, I agree. What do you think of the F-22 Raptor? I think it's amazing, amazing platform. Hey, thank you for the $5 donation. That means a lot. My favorite gun to shoot was in the military was the 249 SAW light machine gun or squad automatic weapon. After that, I actually just like the regular M4. In the civilian world, I like shooting my Mossberg 500, and I like the Remington 700 or the R700 because it reminds me of Call of Duty. Shot a Scar, that was underwhelming. I've shot a Tavor, underwhelming. 240 Bravo, those are fun. What's up, Twister? 240 is a fun platform to shoot, mainly because it doesn't jam. Do you love Leopard? I wouldn't say I love it, but it's an interesting platform. Hold the 249. Interesting. Why did you only get to hold it? Oh, okay. They have to use binoculars to scope targets over as hell. Sorry, I think my thing cut out. Got it. Russian T90 or A-10? A-10. Is the T90 underwhelming or overrated? My dad's grandfather arrested Chuck Yeager for stealing. Dang. What was the most scary thing that happened to you? The most scary thing that's ever happened was not. It was a lot of different things, but there was somebody in Alpha Company, we were Bravo, who got sick from eating MREs and he got medically discharged. And then I remember for a good week, we're like, uh-oh. We either got a bad case of MREs or I don't know. It's a very unlucky fellow, but he got out of the army. Thank you, Dankers. Brother named us 240 Miss Piggy. That's about right. SIGs overrated? Interesting. I always thought SIGs were good. I once fired a motor blank at a military event. Those are loud. Those are really loud. About Wagner, I don't think people realize how impactful they were. Drinks a lot of water when eating an MRE. You got to drink a lot of water. Once I went into a military surplus store and saw an M2 and it was like 9 foot long. It's actually that big. It was probably a showcase one or an education piece. A lot of times you have oversized or inflated like platforms to where if you're showing a brand new group of soldiers, like I'll be pretty transparent with you. I wasn't really good at using the 50 cal because we were light, so we never used heavy weapons like that. And that's the beauty of the army is that you have light fighters and you have mechanized fighters who will come together, and the mechanized guys will teach us all how to use it. I've only ever used M4, 240, 249 because you don't carry the 50 cal. And so I actually learned a lot from like show pieces like that. So there's something called the Jesus pin in the 50 cal, and it's easier to point it out in front of everybody than just individually doing it. Did you ever have the egg and cheese omelet? I didn't. Did not. India. Do you love the striker? I don't have an opinion. Like, I'm not in love with the striker. My squad leader wouldn't stop talking about it. He's like, I got to go back to strikers. I was like, all right. I mean, we're walking. So I'm in the clear. Also, the war ended quicker than the USS. That was my first MRE. I think my first MRE was extremely underwhelming. I think it was like spaghetti or who knows. MREs all start tasting the same until you get different hot sauce. Do you love Marco's of India? Like Marco's Pizza? What do you mean by Marco's of India? What was the most scariest thing you heard from your radio? I got yelled at over the radio. We used to play what's called the scratching game, and we would see how long we could scratch or who could do it the longest before you got yelled at. And they caught on and knew it was us being dumb, and we got yelled at over the radio. I think I went for like 3 seconds, way too long. My mom's grandfather was with the 782nd Ordnance Battalion, Bravo Company, before he retired. Very cool. Grandfather. Did I say grandmother? Sorry. Sorry, my ears hurt. These things are like noise canceling. Your first memory was pepperoni pizza. That's a good first one to have. No to both stars. Marine Commandos of India. I don't know enough about them. However, I've seen some pretty crazy helmets the Indians have. I've shot a SCAR, but the 5.56 variant, which is the smaller one. I used to stick the radio in my helmet and catch a quick nap. Yeah, I was the radio operator, as in I volunteered to be the radio operator because I was tired of doing like line work, and I just walked around with the lieutenant. I got things wrong all the time on that. I just would hand him the mic. TC's the best job though. They hated bro so much they yelled at him over the radio. I have not shot an M1, though I've been next to one when it was shot. I just didn't feel like shooting it. I have a buddy who collects them. I'm always like, if you have one, why do you need four more? Like, I don't get what the difference is. Peace out, Austria. I have not done that. I've never stuck any MRE in the microwave. Do they just like go off? Italian Alpini. Yes. F-22 Squadron or F-22 all day, bro. More so for the American competency, because obviously if Russia is crashing into drones, I don't think they're that competent. If I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah. And that's the thing, a good LT will do that for you. A bad LT will take advantage of you for that. A good LT will make you do that and then ask what you want at the shopette. Hey, with the Middle East winding down, it's not winding down. What role does SOF have in peacetime? Middle East is not winding down in any way, shape, or form. Just out of curiosity, what did you mean by winding down? If anything, it's actually probably worse. 2 F-22, so a pair or 12. No, like 2. Oh, I mean 12 SU would win. I know it has fire and forget, but that'd be very difficult to manage. USA would win. They have a language barrier issue there between the Chinese and Russians would be the demise of what they're trying to do. Also, if you guys had noticed, when it comes to totalitarian leaderships, they tend to hire generals who have zero idea what they're doing because they know the general will listen to the higher ups. Notice what happened to Germany in World War II. They got rid of all the generals who were being transparent. And when it comes to Mother Russia, Mr. What's his name? Soiju has zero idea what he's doing. Boiling water, got it. Well, I live near a military base, so. Yeah, sensible time. I know. I just like, maybe if I planned these things more often, would that be better if I planned live streams? But my life is just a little too hectic to like stick to a schedule. F-22 basically undetectable, yes, but Russia does have some of the best radar capabilities in the world. In what sense? Joe Biden or Donald? What's the scenario? You should film in landscape. I would love to. Here's what happens when you go in landscape. You can't do it. I usually do this on my computer, but the issue is I don't have great internet right now. So maybe I'll like do a test. Public affairs advice? Oh yeah, like I said, I'd love to. I have the did it fall? My webcam here somewhere. Security, where do you work for public affairs? It's a lot of people. Hello, Oni. Oh, I'd rather have Donald if we're going to war with Russia, in my opinion. I speak Romanian. If I do that, then I won't be able to read. I'm not trying to come up with excuses. It's already hard enough to read the chat. But okay, I can try that. Are you an anti-Fury? I've never thought about it. I still don't even know what they are. I know what bronies are. I meant the U.S. not being involved as much in the Middle East. We are. We are technically, I guess, not involved with the Afghan war, but we're definitely involved. I've never initiated contact with an M1 Abrams. Can we defeat them? Who are you referencing again? Oh, yes, we can. Enzo, yes. I love to see Harriers being used in Ukraine. Old tech, big enough. Yeah, Ukraine has been really good in using tech and what works for them. So who knows? Harriers would be an interesting component. They pretend to be animals. I didn't know that. I have no idea. I'm of the belief that if you're a human, you're a human. Just saying. If that's crazy, I don't know what to say. Do you love Leclerc, Tank of France? I thought you meant Charles Leclerc from Formula One. Yeah, the French make some good hardware. Foreign country. I know you probably only have experience as a soldier. Well, so all my buddies who do that, gamers, games, they work out of Kuwait, Qatar, in those areas, and they say they make good money. Yeah, you'd make good money. A lot of the contracting, though, for what you want to do, you can work from home. The crappy part about what you want to do is you sort of need to know somebody to get in. Call of Duty, the original Call of Duty. Which country's militaries do I love? Um, South Korea, the Philippines, uh, the British, and the Australians. Let's finish the song military. Can we agree that this war should end? Yes. I agree. But all right. I was only going to do this for 30 minutes. I'll do 2 more minutes with any other questions you guys have. I miss South Korea. Yeah, they're very, very underrated. It's the Marines, him. Shout out to the Marines. I don't think they'll be effective, but I don't see an issue with having electronic vehicles stateside. M4, M16, M4. Which looks better? You could turn an M16 into looking like an M4, but what is one tip you have for someone who's going to boot camp? Get really good at rucking. Hello, Joanna. Get really good at rucking. I was 3 years old when I learned about the USS Liberty. Yes, I have. Are you shocked about it? Why do you not love India? Because Indian military is good. Most effective tank in your opinion? It's the word effective is difficult here. I mean, I'm just gonna say the Abrams only because I think it's probably overall has the most destroyed equipment. That is true, so that's why the Air Force tries to mission plan around that. It can fly above the thunderstorm. Shocked isn't the verbiage I'd use. Thank you so much, JF. If they were on land masses next to each other, who would win, South Korea or Finland? Man, that's a really good question. Finland or South Korea? The issue with Finland is they've never done an offensive. They've only been on the defensive. It's pretty much going to be whoever is on the offensive. I think Finland gets beat if they try to attack South Korea, and I think South Korea gets beat if they try to attack Finland. Yeah, when I get better internet, I'd love to just do gaming on here. Wii or GameCube? Ooh, that's a good one. I play the Wii now, but GameCube I think is a little better. Depends on what variant of the M1, but from my understanding, the Leopards are pretty good too. Because there's a new tank coming out like literally this year. Wait. Y'all are crazy. Zelda. Do you think you actually could send a tactical Super Talent patch? Yeah. I'm sending a patch to the UK tomorrow. So if you put your name, if you order your patch, let me put the pinned link for anybody who wants to buy the patch right now. If you buy your patch and you're from the UK, just put in you're from the UK, and then I have to fill out a special form, but we'll get it done. I talked to the post office today, and I can send patches to the UK. All right, if you guys want to buy your patch, I literally just had it. Where did I put it? Go buy your Tactical Scooter Battalion patch. Click on the link. They're only $12.80, and I ship them pretty much anywhere, and I do all the work. Hand done, designed it. Click on the link and use the promo code BOOF. I'll even type it in for you. Use that promo code, and you guys will get a good discount. And all the money that's made from the patches goes back into the patches, and we're going to create an entire storefront. So guys, it helps out a lot when you buy these, because then from here, we can definitely get into airsoft stores, surplus stores, all because of you guys. So again, go click on the link, and I ship them out every morning, and I write you guys all a nice little letter. I wrote a letter today, and I spelled something wrong, and I wrote LOL, I need a Red Bull. Tactical Scooter Soldier. Yes, I will be getting a P.O. box very soon. But all right, again, if you are in the UK, I confirm we can send them to the UK. It just takes a little more time. The Abrams X, I think is legit. Excited to see what it can do. But all right, everybody, I'm gonna hop off this. Again, click on the link, get your Tactical Scooter Battalion patch, $12.80. And use the promo code BOOF. I look forward to writing you guys some letters. All right, y'all. See you later. See ya.